What's the best way to get on track after holiday eating? This is going to be the last FITMAS Day video, so I'm going to elaborate more on Christmas. But the best thing to do is once you enjoy that meal, once you enjoy that dessert, stop there. Don't let it spiral into binging, overeating, indulging until you feel sick. Enjoy what you want to enjoy in moderation and then stop. Go back to a healthier eating plan. Go back to a chicken, sweet potatoes, and a vegetable meal later on that night if you're hungry. Don't just sit there and pile all those cookies in. I know they're good. I love cookies. I'm like counting down till Sunday because I plan to have quite a few cookies myself, but I'm not gonna let that just let me fall off the wagon. One day, one meal is not going to hinder your progress. Yes, you may wake up the next day a little heavier because of water retention and the fact that you just put a bunch of sugary or really hefty carbs inside your body. You might feel a little puffy or something like that, but it's temporary. What is going to damage your results is if you prolong those eating habits and it turns into 2 days of eating whatever you want, which then turns into 3 days, and then 4 days, on and on and on. And that's when you are going to see it hurt your results. Enjoy your meal, enjoy your time with your family this holiday. Get back on track as soon as you get to indulge a little bit. Drink plenty of water, make sure you're staying hydrated. A lot of the time when people think they're hungry, they're actually dehydrated. So chug that water. That will help you throughout the day. And then the last thing that I would recommend is to move. Do something active, whether it's a walk while you're digesting your food, whether it's just jumping around and playing with the kids. Just do something to get the blood flowing so that you're not just letting that food just like sit there and then go to sleep. I've done that before, where I've like laid on my stomach and passed out. And that's just not a good way to handle overindulging a little bit. Move. That's all you gotta do. Dance it out. Celebrate the holidays by dancing. It's a good way to burn calories. Exercises for bad knees. So this is a good question, and I'm not a doctor, but these are some of the things that I can recommend. First, you want to strengthen the knees because that's going to protect you from injury. So there's different exercises that you can do. One exercise you can do for bad knees are partial squats, and you can do that by setting up a chair, standing about 12 inches in front of the chair, and you're going to squat down as if you were going to sit down, and you're going to squeeze your core, you're going to engage your quads, and you're going to make sure that your knees don't track over your foot, and then you're going to come back up. So it's just a partial squat up and down. It's not putting too much pressure on those kneecaps by doing a full extension squat. They're partial squats. So that's one good way to strengthen your knees. Another great exercise are leg raises. So you can do it like facing the wall, standing against the wall, and like raising your legs back, single leg at a time. So that's a good exercise. You could also do that by lying on your side and bringing one leg up like this. Those are also good, simple, strengthening your knee exercises. But then if you're heading to the gym, swimming is going to be low impact on your knees and your joints. So that's always good. The stationary bike, great for bad knees. And then also the elliptical is a little less pressure. I know a lot of people that have problems with their knees can't run. So those are 3 other options you can do at the gym. What exercises can you do for stomach loss and a bad back? Stomach loss, I'm assuming you're referring to fat in the stomach area, and that is all going to be based on nutrition. You can train that area. You surely can, but you'll be building those muscles under the layer of fat, so it's going to be up to you to shed the fat on top to see what's under there. And so it's going to be all about what you make in the kitchen or what you eat out. You want to have a good diet, and that's how you're going to lose fat. And that is the simplest answer. Now, the stomach is my weakest area. Even when I am as lean as can be, I don't have abs. So that's just something that I struggle with. in my stage of my life right now, that's just like where all my fat goes. And it's just, I know that in genetics, and I've talked about that with my family. It's just, that's what's in the cards for me. So yeah. Exercises for a bad back. You could do wall sits. That way you keep your back against the wall and you get into a squat. That's going to help stabilize your back, keep you upright, and that's a good strengthening tool. Also, Supermans, you can lay on your stomach and then lift up your arms and your legs. You want to do it very slow and very carefully, but you'll feel it in your lower back, and that's just going to help strengthen that area as well. Crunches on the ground are always a good back strengthening movement. And again, you can ease into it, take it nice and slow. Also, hamstring stretches. So just stand up and then bend over and try to grab your toes. Go as far as you can. You're going to feel that in your hamstrings, but you're also going to feel it in your lower back. All right, I had to stand up. We got a lot of good questions here. Another one was, let's see here, let me pull it up. Sorry, guys. What's some good exercise to do post-baby? Well, I've never had a child, so I don't know, and I would definitely talk to your doctor about things that you can do depending on like what are the areas you want to strengthen. But if I could recommend a few exercises, I would say definitely do a lot of body weight stuff with minimal impact. That way you can just gauge what you can do. So I would say glute bridges. So if you like lay on your back and you thrust your hips up, you're going to come up like this. That's a good like pelvic strengthening exercise. You could also do planks, which is going to strengthen that core again. And that's when you plank on your elbows, and you can do this on your knees, but you can also lift your knees off the ground. Just kind of figure out and gauge how you feel. And then I would say different things like heel touches, also wall sits, resistance bands. Those are great for some body weight exercises because you can do small and controlled movements like pulsing, and you can just do different things like that to target the areas. Just ease into it. Take your time until you start to feel strong again. And then I would really encourage walking. Just get your walking in. Walk your baby in the stroller and get that cardio in. Just get, what's the best diet pill to take to lose weight? There's no such thing. There is no such thing. There's no magic pill, because if there was, we would all be at the exact weight that we want to be. No, losing weight takes time. It takes dedication. It takes commitment. It takes you prioritizing what's important in your life. It's cutting back on pop. I know a lot of people drink a lot of pop, or if you call it soda, cut back. Make healthier eating choices. There's no pill out there that is going to get you your results. You have to put in the effort. You have to put in the commitment. How do you cut back on sugar and soda? Well, cutting back on drinking soda is going to have so many benefits for overall weight loss and your health. So what you're drinking is so much sugar. I think I posted something recently comparing a pop and a Cinnabon. Yeah. And the pop has more sugar than a Cinnabon. So you're just drinking all these excess calories with no nutritional value. So definitely you want to ease off of it. I'm not saying cut it out cold turkey, because that sets a lot of people up for failure. Try to cut it out in moderation. Maybe limiting yourself, saying, I'm only going to have a Dr. Pepper 3 times a week. And then get through that week. Then the next week, I did it. I'm only going to have a Dr. Pepper 2 times a week. Get through that, then you're at once a week. Then what do you do? I heard from someone a long time ago that they would split their serving of pop with water. So it would dilute it a little bit, and you'd still get that flavor, but you wouldn't get the like overbearing sugary taste, which I'm sure a lot of people like. But once you ease off of it, your body gets used to it and you start to not crave those things. So they would drink half water, half soda pop. I always get confused what to say because people call it different. I call it pop. And that helped them wean off of it just a little bit. And eventually, you'll want water. So I think that's a good tip. And then another thing, LaCroix, that's like a, you still get the carbonation, but it's like a flavored water and it's natural flavors. That might be a good thing to use. maybe jazzing up your water. Try doing something different a couple times a week instead of drinking pop. Put fruit in your water. Just, oh, I love putting like kiwi or strawberries or blueberries or pineapples. I also got a question about what are some of the best exercises for diabetics, and I am not a doctor, so I don't really know what's going to be best for you. So you definitely want to consult with your physician to see what you are capable of. But I would say almost the same thing for like beginners in the gym. Take it easy. Try minimal movements. Walking is great. Swimming is low impact. The elliptical, the exercise bike, those are some great things that you could do at the gym. And you could focus on like intervals. Do 1 minute, a little more intense, and then take it back a notch and just coast through a rest minute. And then 1 minute again, back intense, and then coast. Just work on those intervals. And then another thing I would recommend is get a fitness tracker, and that would allow you to keep track of your steps every day and try to hit that 10,000 number. I loved it when I first got my fitness tracker because I would have like 9,989 steps, and then I'd be like pacing around the apartment and dancing, and I'd hit that 10,000 and it would like come up on my watch, and I'd be like, woo, I did it, I did it. And it was just like very rewarding, and that feeling of accomplishment. So I would recommend, which I'm sure any diabetic is probably doing this already, but just having a snack in case your blood sugar levels get too low. At least you'll have that in case of emergency. 2 more questions and then we are done here, folks. 2 more questions. What's your favorite workout when you're in a hurry and need to get it done as fast as possible but you don't want to skip? I think this is a good question because I find myself in this situation. Let's say you have 10 minutes. I would pick 5 exercises that you can do with just your body weight. So let's see here. Air squats, burpees, lunges, bicycles, skaters, which is like the side to side thing. Okay, so you have those 5 exercises, and let's give them all like a certain rep scheme. So like, or we could just do it uniform across the board. 10 reps each exercise. Give yourself 10 minutes. How many rounds can you get in that 10 minutes of those 5 exercises for 10 reps? I think that's just like a great tool to get you moving because you want to get as many rounds as possible, and you will definitely break out a sweat. So I think that's just a good tool. And then another thing I recommend, and I'm actually doing this because I'm heading out of town for vacation for Christmas, and I know I'm not going to be able to get into the gym. So what do? Well, I started programming stuff now for myself that I can do in any situation with resistance bands, with body weight. That way you're not wasting time trying to figure out what to do when you're in a hurry or on the go or just don't have access to a gym. If you program it already, it's just there and you just have to do it. It's already halfway done. You just got to do it. And you can get ideas from me. Check out my channel. You can also get ideas from other people, fitness inspirations on like Instagram, or some sites that I really love are bodybuilding.com. Alright guys, and it is time for the last question of this Q&A, and it's how do you stay focused? And that is a tough question because I could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I would say, I don't know, I've always been a very self-motivated person. I love being goal-oriented, and if I have a goal, I will put in the work to achieve it because I just love that feeling of self-accomplishment. But I stay focused by being very organized. I keep a planner. I write things down that I need to do the next day. I write them down the night before so that I know exactly what I need to accomplish the next day. And I, make a lot of to-do lists. I check them off. And I do a lot of I also practice a lot of self-love and self-affirmations because that helps me keep focused because, I'm human and have the times where I'm not as motivated or I'm not as driven one day. And if I practice positive self-affirmations, I feel like it just sets my day up for success. But in the end, it's just, I love life and this is my one chance. I want to do everything that I can to reach my goals, and that's why I'm taking risks, and that's why I work hard for something that I want, because who knows if I'll ever get this chance again. And you just have to believe in yourself. You have to prioritize, you have to hold yourself accountable, and you'll be focused. Make small attainable goals that will lead to big accomplishments. That's it, guys. A lot of questions. I want to thank you for participating. This is so much fun for me. You guys really picked my brain, and I look forward to another one of these in the near future. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I will see you before then, because we have 2 more FITMAS Day videos. And stay tuned for the day after Christmas, because I am opening up enrollment for a January challenge, which is perfect for the new year as people chase those New Year's resolutions, goals, all those things to improve yourself. So definitely stay tuned for that. I'm only going to be opening a limited number of spots, and I hope you participate. It's just going to be a lot of education and then also a lot of workouts. So thanks guys for watching.